Yu-Gi-Oh!
What's up YouTube, this is Jeremy from Team Bio, and today guys I have a Prediction Princess Shaddoll deck profile for you. Coming out of the mouth it kind of sounds weird since one's a fusion based archetype and one's a ritual based archetype, but with all the Shaddoll main deck monsters being flip effect monsters and then the main deck ritual monster Tarot Tray being able to flip monsters face up or face down during either player's turn as a quick effect, the deck actually has quite a bit of synergy. So we will just hop into the deck profile. Starting off, you play 3 Prediction Princess Tarot Tray. She's an outstanding ritual monster. She's a level 9. You use Prediction Ritual to summon her, and her effect says during your end phase, you can special summon 1 flip monster from your hand or graveyard face down defense position. Excuse me. If you do summon it from hand, you do have to reveal it as a flip monster, and it is not a cost to target whatever you want to special summon. So if your opponent asks you for a target, like if they had DD Crow or Called by the Grave in their hand, or set, it doesn't target whatever you want to summon. It just summons whatever flip monster you want. And then during either player's turn, you can either target 1 face-up monster and put it into face-down defense position, or target 1 face-down defense position monster and flip it to face-up attack position. So it's a pretty nifty card. It goes well with actually Pot of the Forbidden that you play 2 of. I thought 3 was too cloggy, 1 wasn't enough, I didn't see it, so I thought 2 was just the perfect number for me. It is also a level 9, so it's just awesome synergy with Tarot Tray, 1 card ritual, or 1 monster ritual tribute. Pot of the Forbidden is a flip monster that says when it's flip face up, you can activate one of these 4 effects, and you have to declare which one you want to activate. But you can either draw 2 cards, return all traps and spells on the field to the hand, or you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. What I think is the best effect is the 4th effect is when it's flip face up, you can look at your opponent's hand and shuffle 1 card from their hand back into the deck. So if you can set this up turn 1, it's nuts because you get to know what your opponent's playing and they start with 1 card less than what they usually would going second. Next is 3 Prediction Princess Coinorama. It's a really good flip monster. It's the only Prediction Princess main deck non-ritual monster that we play. It just says when it's flip face up, you can special summon 1 level 3 or higher flip monster from your deck or hand in face down defense position. The only downside to it though is that you can't activate any monster effects the turn you use it, or after you use it, except for Prediction Princesses. It's not once per turn, so you can actually just, if your opponent's going in for like an OTK or anything, you can flip it, summon another one, set it, and they'll just have to attack through like 3 of these and then 1 more of whatever you set. So it's a nice card, I think. And then since we're playing a ritual based deck as well, 3 Manju, just searching out your ritual pieces. For the Shaddoll engine though, we play 2 Shaddoll Beast. Shadolls have a flip effect and a effect when they're sent to the graveyard by a card effect, and you can only use 1 effect of either once per turn. So Beast says when it's flip face up, you can either draw 2 cards and discard 1 card, or when it's sent to the graveyard as a card effect, they can't trigger off of costs. When it's sent to the graveyard from a card effect, you can just draw 1 card. 1 Dragon, when it's flip face up, you can target 1 card your opponent controls and return it to the hand, or when it's sent to the graveyard as a card effect, you can destroy 1 trap or spell on the field. 2 Squamata, when it's flip face up, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls and destroy it, or when it's sent to the graveyard, you can send another Shaddoll card to the graveyard. Hedgehog, when it's flip face up, you can search for a Shaddoll trap or spell, and then when it's sent to the graveyard as a card effect, you can add any Shaddoll monster from your deck to hand. And then finally Falco, when it's flip face up, you can target any Shaddoll monster in your graveyard, special summon in face down defense position, or when it's sent to the graveyard, you can, as a card effect sent to the graveyard, you can summon it back in face down defense position. Next is what I think is an amazing engine, is 3 Rescue Cat. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's you can tribute this card as a cost and special summon 2 level 3 or lower beast monsters from your deck. And we usually summon, or we have to summon 2 of these 3 guard dogs. Guard dog is a flip beast monster, is why we play it. the fact that it's a flip monster is amazing because it can help us go into our Subterra Link monster, and its flip effect is actually pretty nuts. Is whenever it's flip face up, your opponent can't special summon that turn. So I think it's pretty nuts. Next for hand traps, 3 Ash, just really good hand trap, and then 3 Drone Lock. I go back and forth between this and what is Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. I like Droll because it's really good against stuff like Dangers, but Phantasme is really good against stuff like Sky Strikers and what is that deck? Altergeist does not, the off chance that they do go into their Hextia. And this does nothing against Altergeist, so I go back and forth between it, but it's up to preference. So that's it for the monsters. There's quite a bit, obviously, but this is not really too competitive of a deck, guys. It's not something you can take to a regional and expect to do too well, but it's definitely a fun deck. So, for our spell lineup, 1 Monster Reborn. It's just generic good card. We're playing a ritual deck, so 3 pre-prep. And to go with the 3 pre-prep, 3 prediction ritual, searching this off of pre-prep in your ritual monster, obviously. 2 Shaddoll Fusion. I felt like 3 was just too much, unnecessary. So, 2 Shaddoll Fusion, good enough. It's a hard once per turn. If your opponent controls an extra deck monster, you can just use materials from your deck. It's pretty good. El Shaddoll Fusion, 1's good enough. 2's overkill, 3's unnecessary. And 1's Super Poly. It's Super Poly. Using your opponent's cards with your 1 Shaddoll to make a fusion monster. It's awesome. Then finally we play 1 Shaddoll Core. Core is used mostly for when you summon it as a... I guess I should just read off its effect. When you activate it, it's a continuous trap card that you can special summon it as a monster, but it's still treated as a trap and spell, so they can, like Nightmare Cerberus, pop it. But it's special summoned as a monster, level 9, 1450 attack, 1950 defense, I believe. And when it's sent to the graveyard at all, anytime, you can target 1 Shaddoll spell and add it back to your hand. But it's also a level 9, so it's got great synergy with making rank 9s and using Tarot Tray and all that. So it's a pretty good card, I like. Pick up these cards if I can. So that is it for the main deck. For the extra deck, Construct's back, baby. We get to play 1, so we're going to play 1. 1 El Shaddoll Construct. When it's summoned, you can... It's a Foolish Burial for any Shaddoll card. It's pretty nice. It's basically a bigger Shaddoll Squamata, and then anytime this card battles any special summoned... excuse me. If it battles any special summoned monster, it just destroys it before damage step. 2 El Shaddoll Shikanaga. It can negate any of your opponent's special summoned monster's effect and destroying it by discarding a Shaddoll card. So what's nice about it too is it says negate the effect and destroy the monster, and then if you do discard a Shaddoll monster or Shaddoll card, so if you don't if you negate the card, if you negate the monster, I'm sorry guys, if you negate the monster effect of a special summon monster, but do not destroy it for some reason, you do not have to discard a Shaddoll card. You have to have a Shaddoll card in hand to be able to activate the effect, but you do not have to discard one if the monster does not get destroyed. Next is 2 El Shaddoll Winda. It's really good against most meta decks. Your opponent can only, each player I should say, each player can only special summon once per turn. So that's like, it's basically a summon limit. And then 1 Mud Dragon of the Swamp. That's mostly there for like your super poly targets. If you're going against a big board of whatever your opponent throws out, you just super poly 2 of their things, make Mud Dragon of the Swamp, and then do whatever. Next for your links is your 2 Subterror Behemoth Fiendus. Rescue Cat makes this by itself because you summon the 2 rescue dogs, and then its effect is once per turn you can send 1 flip monster from your deck to the graveyard to special summon any monster from your hand face down defense position. What's nice about it is not a cost to do that, so it will trigger the Shaddoll effects, and the monster you summon from your hand to a zone it points to does not have to be a flip monster, and you do not have to show your opponent what it is. And it can be any monster from your hand, obviously besides a rituals monster. And this other effect is when a monster is flipped face up, it is a mandatory effect. When a monster is flipped face up in a zone it points to, you have to add a flip monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So it's whatever with chain blocking. You can't really use its effect to chain block other stuff because it has to be a mandatory chain link one, but it doesn't matter too terribly. Next, one Shaddoll construct. It's a mediocre Shaddoll link, but it helps make fusion plays a lot easier if you don't have Shaddoll fusion or anything. Other links, just generic Nightmare Unicorn, Phoenix, and Cerberus. And then for our XYZs, we play one Phantom Knights of Breaksword. We play a lot of level 3s, so why not play him? He's pretty good spot removal. One Phantom Fortress Sky Thingy. You play a couple of level 9s. It's not too difficult to get out. It's not ideal to make, but it's an alright card to play. And the last one is True King of All Calamities. It's obviously the best rank 9 in the game, so we might as well play it if we can make it. It's really, really, really good against the Salad deck, Salad Mangrates. So yeah, making that's just pretty much game against them. So that is it for the deck profile, guys. Let me throw this up top instead. That is it for the deck profile. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you guys want to see next. Tell me what you think about the deck profile. Give me any feedback. I love hearing from you guys. I try to reply to everyone and all the comments that I can. So thank you guys again so much for watching the video, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.